People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on. People deluded, I'm back again. First things first, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night. I hope everyone's well and safe. I hope everyone's blessed. I hope everyone's in good spirits. Hope you're having a progressive week. Hope you and your loved ones are fit and healthy. As usual, appreciative of all the support you lot give our platform. If you haven't hit the like button, subscribed, thought of any comments, commented any opinions when this video premieres, and also in the comment section where it will live forever, make sure you're on the case, turn on your notifications, and make sure you're following me on all my platforms, people. As I said, appreciate the support. Very appreciative of what we're amassing. I say amassing because progress is it never stops, or definitely on this channel. So yeah, man, one love. As you know, we're getting closer to Arsenal versus West Ham. We're getting closer to January, where there's going to be transfer news and all these things. Any other news that comes out within the day, I'll be reactive and get a video out for you lot, as I always do. Check out the YouTube playlists and all of those sort of things, people, and see what tickles your fancy. Enough waffling. Let's see exactly what's being said in the current papers, people. So if I share my screen with you guys, apparently Mikel Arteta says Arsenal must strengthen their squad during the January transfer window as the Gunners bid to stay ahead of Manchester City in the title race. Arsenal are 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League, but Arteta has warned of red lights and alarms over an unprecedented schedule in the second half of the season. Obviously, we don't know how the World Cup is going to affect individual players, how it's going to affect collective teams. To a degree, any form collectively that Arsenal put together, or any players excelling, we hope that they continue, but it's a bit irrelevant because it is irrelevant because we've grinded to a halt. And again, the future brings uncertainty. The past in life brings regrets. Not that we can have too many this season. There's no time like the present. We're going to need to get back on it. We're going to need our players to maintain their form and step up in the absence of a couple of others. We're going to need to keep going because we've got a target on our backs. I don't check the league table, but allegedly we're top of the Premier League. Everybody is scheming on us. We need a siege mentality. We've lost Gabby Jesus. We don't know who's going to come in or leave. We've got a tough run of fixtures. Again, there's 38 games in the Premier League. We've played 13, 14. So there's many different narratives, people. So we're going to need to get over the line. We're going to need the Smith Rowes, Fabio Vieira's, Tomiyasu, Kieran Tierney, people that were bit part players in the first half of the season to step up to the counter. Apparently, Arteta is prioritizing a new winger, and Arsenal are in talks with Shakhtar Donetsk over a deal for Ukraine international Mikhailo Mudryk. The Gunners also want to sign a left-sided centre-back and midfielder in the summer, but they could be tempted to accelerate those plans as they target their first title since 2003-2004. Arsenal hold a long-term interest in Eintracht Frankfurt defender Ivan Ndika and Leicester midfielder Yuri Telemans, who are both out of contract at the end of the season. They also watched Brighton's Alex McAllister during the World Cup, like everyone. As you know, we've got an injury to Gabby Jesus. We're going to need to get on with it, people. Arteta said that is something we are obviously very aware of. Obviously, the type of game we have to play in Europe has allowed us to make a lot of changes and have a fresher squad for the weekend. And then we have repeated the starting 11 a lot. In the second half of the season, I don't think that is going to be the same type of numbers. We're going to be playing every 3 days. The congestion, the amount of games we have to play is going to be incredible. We're going to have more resources and more players to be able to do that. I think in the long run, you're going to be where you deserve to be, and we have the confidence we are on the right path. But as well, we have red lights and alarms because what is coming in the second half of the season is something unprecedented, and we need to be ready for it. Key part of all of that, Arteta is speaking facts upon facts, shout the gaffer. But the most important thing I take from that, beyond the congestion and him saying the obvious, is this. We have to be ready for it. It's not something that's isolated just to Arsenal. Everybody has to cope with injuries. Injuries to footballers are what cuts are to a chef, as I always say, cutting your fingers and that. We all have to deal with this season. Who knows? Some teams and players that didn't have the best the first half of the season might rise up. Players that have been kind of excelling at the first half of the season in the Premier League and specifically focusing on our club, the Arsenal, might lose their form. We just have to get on with it. Every game has different heroes and protagonists, like we've seen this season. Every player's pulled their weight. More time, the usual suspects have been doing their thing, but in their absence, they've been doing, again, take Gabby Jesus, for example, quality player, brought something to the table, raised the bar. His game is focused more just on goals. But if we focus on goals, he's got 5. He was brought to score goals. He's a striker. He's wearing the number 9. He's spoken of wanting to be that guy and not necessarily be defined as a defensive forward. He's got 5 goals this season. Martin Odegaard has got 6 in the Premier League. So on one hand, I'm a bit wary if that's going to continue because we're all learning to score goals. We haven't necessarily got seasoned vets, but people have been stepping up. That's going to need to continue regardless of the climate, the form, or what Arsenal or any club is looking like. So we're just going to need to get on with it. That is facts upon facts. He said, the good thing is that I had a really clear plan. I put a plan of 5 different phases for the club where we are compared to the rest of the team's timeline and everything that we have to hit in every phase. We are ahead. It's not just a feeling because there are as well stats and facts that are supporting that the team is deserving to win games. Amen. And there's a little bits and pieces that we need to improve, but we're doing what we need to do really and truly. Smash the like button if you haven't. Ben Jacobs has been speaking, people, again in relation to Mudryk. Arsenal have made the move on Mudryk in the sense that they are in talks with both Shakhtar and Mudryk's reps. The talks with Mudryk's reps are easy because Mudryk wants Arsenal. Negotiations with Shakhtar are a whole lot harder. Exactly. Personal terms clearly are not a thing. We need to agree something. We were previously linked with Benassia. Apparently, AC Milan will meet with his agent in the next hour, says Fabrizio Romano, to discuss the contract extension. There will be an opening proposal as current deal expires in June 2024. So probably him, Milinkovic, Savic, these kind of guys that Arsenal have been linked with, you're only going to be able to grab them if you move for them in the summer. 1 second, people, because I've just noticed my TV is on. I don't want any background music. Let's sit right back down. You know, it's cold out here, people. So I'm in my dressing gown, and it is what it is. So I'd love to bring Benassia back to the carpet, but who knows? We've been linked with Ivan Fresneda, who's drawn interest from Newcastle, Arsenal, a bunch of teams in Italy as well. The winger, I thought he was a fullback, 18 years of age. He's only played 6 games. But, you know, if Cedric Suarez leaves and we bring this guy in who can play right back, why not? This article has said Arsenal and Newcastle are monitoring developments, people. Both have shown great insistence and today are the closest and most concrete solutions. Away from England, Juventus is the team that has moved most decisively in recent months, but has yet to present a firm offer. Inter and I believe AC Milan have also requested information, but in the last period, the Premier League has taken a decisive step to get hold of another of the great talents of the Spanish Youth Academy. Again, Google Translate. He has a release clause of 30 million euros. Valladolid could allow him to leave for a lower amount, people. So we'll have to see what's going on there, really and truly. Apparently, he's formerly of Real Madrid's academy, so he could return home. Probably stays until June, in my opinion. Rightly so. You've got a good platform, no pressure. And then what shall be, really. Tom or not. Arsenal are also keeping an eye on Dusan Vlahovic's situation, given the political and financial turmoil at Juventus. The 22-year-old is open to a move away from the Turin either in January or next summer, allegedly, says the Times. I'm not subscribed to the Times, so we can't focus on that. Diego Simeone has spoken on Joao Felix. I hope we give Joao some sincerity, I can't say that word, but joy to show what he learned at the World Cup. He's important. I only focus on Athletic to win. Our CEO's words on Joao Felix's future. Whatever has to happen will happen. Here, no one's untouchable. So if the price is right, he can keep it moving. Chelsea and Arsenal allegedly snubbed the chance to hijack Wolves' move for Cunha, people, as he looks close to be signing for Wolverhampton Wanderers. Standard Sport understand Chelsea and Arsenal were approached, but neither made a move as the two clubs focus on other targets, people. So yeah, man, both clubs' losses is their game. We've already seen this in relation to Mudryk. Fabrizio Romano said Mudryk would love to join Arsenal, but it's up to the clubs now. We'll see in the next days/weeks. Cunha is set to join Wolves. He had been offered to Chelsea and Arsenal, but no major interest in hijacking their moves. Wolves beating leads to his signature. So if you're a Leeds fan, it's a stress, really. Ben Jacobs on Joao Felix. All that Arsenal have really done is made some inquiries on the players and along with a range of other suitors. But PSG is still seen at this stage as the most likely destination. Then Arsenal, it remains to be seen whether Arsenal are prepared to dig deep into their pockets, because Athletic is clear. Just because the player Felix wants out, there's no cut price deal. It's 90 to 100 million transfer all in as kind of a minimum ballpark. And that was with Ben Jacobs. He done a video with a gal, or better yet, EGTV a gal. Let's go and check that out on YouTube. Shout out to Arsenal Buzz and all these Twitter accounts that keep all the news relaying and things. Speaking of left-sided centre-halves, we knew we weren't getting Lisandro Martinez, who's a World Cup winner. Martinez himself wanted to leave Ajax anyways. If we, brackets Man United, hadn't taken him, he would have gone to Arsenal. They wanted him anyways. He was a top priority there. Leisha called me at one point and said, "Trainer, listen, I'm leaving Ajax anyways. I could sign with Arsenal, but if you want me, I'm going to Manchester United." So there you have it, really and truly. We played a 0-0 friendly behind closed doors against Luton, where Bukayo Saka, Martinelli, Ramsdale, Xhaka, Partey played. Apparently Zinchenko, Tomiyasu, and I believe Kieran Tierney did not feature for whatever reason, said some reports. I can't verify that, but that's our last. Well, there might be another behind closed door friendly before we play West Ham on Boxing Day, but we're doing all we can to kind of be fit and ready for the new season. Obviously, we've played a behind closed doors friendly against Watford. We've played AC Milan, Lyon, and there's definitely a game I'm missing out, people. In addition to Luton. So we're doing all we can to be ready for the resumption of the Premier League, people. So there you have it, really and truly. I'm trying to see, well, this article hasn't actually said who is missing out, and all those sort of things. Apparently, Shakhtar Donetsk's chief has confirmed Arsenal's interest, people. He has allegedly said Mudryk has received a message, like all other players, to show up for the training camp in Antalya on the 9th of January. Arsenal's interest is there. I can't deny it. However, today he is called up for the first training camp, which runs from January the 9th to February the 9th. Then in Warsaw, we'll prepare for the next European games. Many clubs have taken indirect interest in Mudryk without an official offer. There has been a lot of phone calls. Everyone's interested in everyone. Whether people are going to put money down and things like that is a completely different entity. I believe that today the Italian teams find it difficult to take a profile like this, both for what it's worth and for the lack of courage in investing in such profile. Allegedly, they want 85 million. That's a myth, people. So yeah. Previously, the 21-year-old Ukrainian has also hinted at a possible move to Arsenal, claiming he can't say no to the North London club and that the Premier League is every player's dream. So we'll have to see exactly how that one there develops, people. If we look at goal.com to kind of end this video, people, and see if there's any other news here, people, scrolling all the way up to the top. Refresh it one more time. Brighton are unwilling to sell Alex McAllister. It's mid-season. He's key to them. But everyone's got a price, really, and he's hot commodity with the way he's played in the Premier League. Well, played in the Premier League, but specifically in the World Cup. Again, allegedly, Dusan Vlahovic's agent doesn't rule out a January transfer. And again, for me, I can't see exactly what his agent said away from all of these headlines. It's going to take at least 80 million to bring him. We've been linked with Isco, he's terminated his contract at Sevilla. That one there seems a myth. Once again, McAllister interest. We're in talks with Dani Ceballos, who Arteta technically knows, and I'm not against it if the gaffer wants it, but surely we've moved on from those kind of individuals. Gunners dropped chase of Danilo in order to sign Telemans. Once again, this says we're pacing up our interest in Cunha. World Cup 2022 finalist Marcus Thuram, apparently contract running down, and he's available for 10.4 million euros. Again, Zanolio was drawing interest a few days ago. Apparently, Fabrizio Romano poured hot water on that to go with his agents, people. Arsenal entered the race to sign Ronaldo. We heard that during the World Cup. That seems like a myth. So, yeah, and we've been in contact with Rabiot's agent. So, the only tangible ones, I think, is Mudryk, because it seems like there's legs to it. I would say if Danilo was linked with us again, I'd also extend that to Telemans. Joao Felix, there's clearly admiration, but it's going to cost a pretty penny. And anyone else, it just seems paper talk. And as I always say, the dream is free, the hustle is sold separately. Until players are holding shirts saying they've watched Arsenal since a little kid, anything goes. Hopefully we can bring in a winger, a central midfielder, and anything else Mikel Arteta requires to give us that push to have a season to remember. Most importantly, people, thank you very much for persisting with this video. If you haven't, smash the like button, comment your opinions and all that necessary goodness, people. Stay blessed, stay safe, turn on your notifications, check out the YouTube playlist. At the time of making this vid, I believe it's the EFL trophy tonight between Liverpool and Manchester City. I'll be doing a watch along for that. Boxing Day, Arsenal versus West Ham. I'll be doing a watch along with you guys, and there'll be a bunch of content. Like, don't quote me on when this comes out, I probably would have already done it, but I think Mikel Arteta and Jamie Carragher have done a little collaborative piece, and I've specifically not watched it on Sky Sports so I can watch it with you guys. So I will be watching that on Twitch. Make sure you're following on Twitch, Deluded Gooner. All my other socials, Instagram, Twitter, all those things, Deluded Gooner 04. Snapchat is, the letter D, Gooner 04. Again, if you're not going to follow all of them, Instagram, Twitter, and make sure you're checking out the YouTube community page, because that's where I let you lot know where the content is coming out. Apart from that, stay blessed, stay safe, have a great week, continue to strive for greatness, appreciative of what you lot do for my platform. We'll link up again, but for now, people, I'm out. God bless you all.
There's always that active red line defenders. I think it's like